sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 listen, hit him, listen. This Eagles talk, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to Game Day edition of Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Welcome, guys. It is the long-awaited rematch versus those 49ers. Oh, my goodness. I couldn't wait for this day. I circled this day on the calendar as soon as they released the NFL schedule. I wanted to see the 49ers. They had so much to say after we bounced their behinds out of the playoffs. And they've been talking for a full, well, not a full year because it hasn't been a year since we played them, but they've been talking every since that has happened. So I've been dying for this day. This game to me is bigger than the Cal Turds. It really is. I see this as a rivalry developing. We talked about it on Thursday, right? Yeah. This is a rivalry, an instant rivalry. After the way we bounced them out of the playoffs, they're a top team in the NFC. We're a top team in the NFC, and we have the potential to clash again in these playoffs. This is reminiscent of the 49ers and Cowboys in the 90s. This is going to be a rivalry, and this is one of those installment games in that rivalry. I can't wait to see them at 4:25 today, and then I want to know what their excuse is going to be. I'm here. We're here at Temple Shalom in Bryn Mawr, PA. Our good friend Robert Fine is invited. We come up here every year. Every year we come up here and we do a show here. And we couldn't be doing a show at a bigger point in the season. We always love to be here, and we thank them for welcoming us in every year. Pat, what do you think? How do you feel about this game coming up?
Sounds obvious. I just can't wait to get it on. You know, we waited this far, this long from the 49ers talking ever since we lost the Super Bowl. They've been talking. They've been whining about if with this and that. Listen, the game is here. I'm just ready to see this game unfold, see what happens, see how our defense comes out, see how our offense comes and puts a different wrinkle in what we need to accomplish to win this game against the 49ers. I'm just really, it might not sound like it yet because I ain't get my shot in my system yet.
All right, well, we're gonna get
but, you know, I'm ready to go.
He's ready to go, and since he is, and we thank all of you guys that's joining us for this pregame show. And don't forget, after this pregame show, I will be doing play-by-play. So make sure you tune in and let's watch this game together. Let's watch it unfold together. We've been doing so well watching the game together as a team. So let's continue that. After this pregame show, it'll be Watch the Game with Dark Knight. I'll be doing play-by-play. So without further ado, you are listening to Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So Pat is doing as usual, if you're regular to the show, you know on game day it's always going to be the Jameson Irish whiskey. Me, I don't drink anymore, but I got something strong right here, and I hope I can make it through the game. I'm going to be doing a sip of my Monster Rehab right here. Okay, so here we go. Then let me know what you guys are drinking out there in the comments. All right, so to our Philadelphia Eagles, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the First Employer.
All right, so without further ado, let us bring on our third co-host of the day, and that's you guys that's in the chat room and joining us for this pregame show. And the first person that's in the room today, it's not JT. JT, I saw JT a couple weeks ago past birthday party. He told me how much he tries to be the first person in the room
Yeah.
every time this program comes on. And so I look for him now. Now that he's told me that, I look for him. And again, he didn't make it. All right. So it's the first person in the room today is Wayne Anthony Thompson. And he says, big game coming. Yes, it is. Bill Kroll is watching on YouTube. What's up, Bill says. What's up, Bill? Dion is also on YouTube watching us, and we thank you guys for following on YouTube. And make sure you hit that subscribe and that like button if you're on YouTube. And share this. Share this with your friends. If you enjoy what you see and what you hear on Eagles Talk, please share it and bless everyone else that you know. All right, and the fourth person in the room is Richard Layton. He says, Eagles fan, what's up? Let's get this win today. I have 40 Weiner fans at my house to watch the game. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be good. Are you going to be like, he going to be like Martin? You know what I mean? I hope he's not like Martin. I hope you don't have to be like Martin. Let's put it that way. So, I hope we win so you don't have to be like Martin. Because if by chance we happen to lose, you're going to have to be like Martin. You're going to have to be like, get the step and everybody out. Everybody out. Kick everybody out. All right, so hopefully we'll win and you won't have to do that, Richard. But Dion says, where's the Facebook broadcast? I got it up there, don't it? It says it's up there. It's not up there?
You came on after.
Okay, all right. So let's kick some behind, James Nook says. And our resident from down under, Tony Burren from Australia, says, yo, Bird family. Hey, yo, what's up? Kyle is in the house also. He says, the Eagles have been in their head since the championship game. Let's pray the OC has a good game plan for all 4 quarters, not just the second half.
Correct.
With that, let's start talking about this game because that's an excellent point to kick off what we need to do today to beat these 40 Whiners.
Just be dominant. Play Philadelphia Eagles football. Play all 4 quarters. And don't start slow. Like you just said, do not start off slow. If we start off slow, we put ourselves behind the 8 ball. And against this 49er team, we may not be able to come back in that situation. We need to be dominant on the line of scrimmage. They have a very good defensive line. It's no mistaking how good their defensive line is. And it is bolstered by adding Chase Young onto it. So you got Aram Armstead. You got Javon Hargrave, a former Eagle. Nick Bosa. Then you have Chase Young coming off your edges. You have one of the best linebackers in the league in Fred Warner, but their secondary is decimated right now. The secondary, they're missing Ray McLeod, who's their nickel back. So we could take full advantage of that by having these intermediate routes with Devontae Smith. But the most important part of it, man, dominate the line of scrimmage, run the ball. Last year when we played them, we ran the ball to the tune of 144 rushing yards. We need to continue that faction today. We need to continue with that and destroy that line of scrimmage. And in terms that make it easier game for us, I should say.
I totally agree. This is going to be a battle that's won in the trenches. And I think that one of the key battles is going to be our offensive line versus their defensive line.
Yeah.
That's going to be the marquee matchup of today, right? And I hope that we don't shy away from the challenge. Don't shy away from the challenge of letting our offensive line go up there, go up against them, man on man, and run the ball. That's what I mean by let them go up there against them. Let's not have them retreating too much and dropping back in the pass blocking. We know that's, for them, that's retreating.
Yes, it is.
For our offensive line.
Yes,
so let them get a couple swings in the first half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because this defensive line is very formidable, and they, if I'm not mistaken, they are one of the league leaders in sacks, right? So
yeah, they are.
They get pressure. They get pressure, and you just named all of those monsters they have out there, and they're legit. So that's to me going to be the marquee matchup of the day. And I hope that our offensive coordinator allows our offensive line to throw the first punch. Let's throw the first punch.
Yeah, this Mike Tyson said everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. So let's just punch them in the mouth. They have a plan. They come here to Philly that they're going to run out here with a W. No, it's not going to be that easy. With that being said, I do have some inactives that just came across the wire.
All right, let's do the inactives.
For the San Francisco 49ers, wide receiver, kick returner Ray McLeod is out. Third-string quarterback Brandon Allen. Running back Tayon Davis Prince. Defensive lineman Robert Bill Jr. Tight end Braylon Willis. and offensive lineman Ben Barch, linebacker Jalen Graham. For the Philadelphia Eagles, is a smaller list. Dallas Goddard, we kind of expected that. He's not going to play today, probably next week. Linebacker Zach Cunningham, we already knew he's going to be out. Offensive lineman Sua Peta, fourth running back Rashard Petty, and quarterback Tanner McKee. And that's your inactives. Fletcher Cox is active.
All right.
But we got 3 linebackers, and that's it. That's a problem.
All right. So we have our work cut out for us. We know what needs to be done. I think our offensive line versus the defensive line is going to be a marquee matchup. Another key in winning this game today is going to be taking care of the ball.
Take care of the ball. Yes.
We can ill afford to have mistakes in a game of high stakes like this is going to be today. This is not the Commanders. This is not this is not the Cardinals. These are the 49ers. Not saying that they're unbeatable. They are beatable, but they are not only NFC contenders, they are Super Bowl contenders out here. So this is going to be a taste of a postseason. It's going to be a preview of postseason play here today. It's going to be playoff atmosphere football that's going on. And we've got to, my coach used to say, you practice how you play. So consider this an audition or dress rehearsal for the playoffs. So let's go out there, get at them, and please, Eagles, let's be disciplined. Let's put on our best. This is like going to a ball, right? Put on your best clothes, your black tie, your tuxedo, and let's give the people a show here. Let's come out here and play like grown adults. Not like the kids that we were playing with before when we start off slow and have to make it and go into halftime down 10 and all that. And you know what? I'm going to stop right
there. Down 10.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna come back.
Let me stop.
I do understand it. There are some keys that we have to take full advantage of. We have to make sure Brandon Ayuk is not a terror down the field. He's their one pure receiver they have. Christian McCaffrey, we already know what we need to do with Christian McCaffrey. We need to bottle him up. When he gets the ball, we need to rally to the tackle and make the doggone tackle. Brandon Ayuk, if anything, if Deshaun haven't looked at tape all this year, all he does is make big plays, big first downs, big touchdowns. If anybody, I would have a safety over top of him at every given time, regardless of what kind of coverage you're going into, because he makes those plays. He's that receiver for them. Deebo Samuel, I'm not going to say I'm not sit here and say I'm not too concerned about him. I'm really not. He's their motion guy. He's the guy that gets the leverage on the offense to the opposite side, so it can open up things for McCaffrey and Ayuk. And also, we got to make sure we tighten up the middle of the field. It's a tough task. George Kittle is still an elite tight end in this league. He hasn't been put up to the giant numbers, but when he does, he gets on a roll, and that offense gets going. Brock Purdy is they keep everything on schedule for the quarterbacks. So when I say keep everything on schedule, they make his first read very simple playing. If he can get his first read out there, then their offense moves. When he has to go to the second and the third and sometimes the fourth option, that's when they get in trouble. We need to make sure we take away that first read. We need to definitely make sure we take away that first read with Ayuk, McCaffrey, Deebo, and get after the quarterback. Hassan, we need you to have a big day.
Oh yeah, we need a huge Hassan Reddick sighting today. That would be great to see. And I said, let me stop because everything I'm pointing out, this is what the Eagles, every game I come in here, we got to take care of the ball. We can't get behind. We can't do this. And then we do it and we win anyway. So I'm just going to be quiet on that. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, we can't keep making mistakes. And then we come out, we make mistakes, we still win the game. So just please, whatever you guys do. All right, maybe this might be an easier request from this football team. Don't give me a heart attack today. How about that one? I'll just ask for that. Don't give me a heart attack today. Can we have a game where I'm not, my heart is racing and please, let's do that. We heard Susan talk about her husband on Thursday, beat cancer and switched over and became an Eagles fan. And I said, dang, he's going to beat cancer and then he's going to die of a heart attack. That's crazy. So let's not give Susan's husband a heart attack after he just beat cancer. Let's just do that. Let's celebrate him today by giving us an easy win today. I'll take that. But you are correct in that McCaffrey is going to be something that we have to worry about.
Yeah.
And he's definitely a weapon. And I think that if we can, the less we hear of him doing well today, the better that the chances are that we're winning. Like if I can't even see the television and just listen to it, if I don't hear his name a lot, then I know we're probably doing good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we got. We've got to eliminate his name being heard at all today. How about that? That's a key point.
That's going to be a tough task. I think his defense could be up to it. The rookie free agent we brought up, the linebacker Ben Cimarine, I think that's his name. He said he's a dog, so you need to go out there and have that dog mentality and get after this McCaffrey. It's going to be a tough task. I think in this situation, you bring extra D-backs in because we do have extra D-backs. We have extra safeties and corners, so you cannot have McCaffrey line up on one of our linebackers today. You cannot, especially in the slot positions. We cannot afford that. We cannot afford that at all.
All right, let me go to end this first quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Look, we're at Temple Shalom, and they just brought out the Jello shots. And Pat has tried the Jello shot. All right, could you give me your critique on? Oh, he has one right here, and look, and they're green Jello shots. He has one right there. Have you done one yet, Pat?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, all right. So he's going to do one, and we're going to give you. And there's look, we have someone in the crowd picking up one also. So he's going to do one. He's going to give you his critique of that Jello shot. But right now, Pat is doing the Jameson Irish whiskey. I don't drink anymore, so this time I'm gonna go even stronger. I'm gonna take a drink of this 0 sugar Pepsi. All right, here we go. So down the hatch, everybody, let me know what you're drinking out there. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, second quarter up. All right.
Oh man, it's game time. Game time.
You know what time it is. He can't even, Doc couldn't even get his words out. He'd be so excited. You know what time it is. You know. Look, all right. So in the chat room, Richard says, and if you know Richard Layton, this is nothing new. This is what he drinks every game day. His usual Goose and ultralight. So he's drinking his Goose and ultralight. JT is in the chat room. JT is drinking. Somebody check JT's pulse. He's drinking water. Oh my God. What's wrong, JT? What's going on? Are you sick? Are you dying? Let me know. JT must be dying. JT, let me know. I need to know what's going on. Did you ring the bell too? Oh my goodness, JT. All right, so don't come. All right, so let me go to some comments here. Dion says, "Don't come out cute throwing ball early. That 3 and out S is not for the birds. See what I did there? Yes, you're right. I agree with that. We can't do that. That was. I don't know what our OC thinks about. Pat was bringing up during Thursday that he might be playing chess, where we're playing checkers, because some of the things that he runs, Pat is telling me, is a setup for some of the things that he runs in the second half. Well, guess what? I don't want to see a setup. No, I don't. The setup, it's making me lose years off my life. I don't want to see the setup. I do like to see the W's. I do. But I don't want to see the setup. If it's going to involve coming out and passing the ball 3 consecutive times on the first drive against a defense that pressures the quarterback that gets after the quarterback very well, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see chess today. I don't. If that's his chess game, I don't want to see that. I want to see checkers. I want to see Connect 4. I want to see anything but that chess game if that's what he's playing, because we can't get behind, man. We cannot. As a matter of fact, we hear all the rave about Brock Purdy and the such. But Brock Purdy's numbers look good. Don't get me
Yeah,
don't get me
he-
twisted. He looks good.
One of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league.
Right. But if Brock Purdy is playing from behind,
He's one of
Brock
the
Brock
worst quarterbacks in
Purdy's
the league.
numbers looks very pedestrian.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so it would bode well for the Eagles if we could somehow, play an efficient game early on the offensive side and put some points up on the board and have them play from behind. Not only does Brock Purdy, I feel, play very pedestrian, I think that their head coach is a pedestrian coach also when he has to play from behind. So it's maybe and hopefully this Eagles defense or this Eagles offense can come out and light it up from the beginning of the game and not have to wait till halftime to get it going.
Yeah, just listen, ground and pound. Ground and pound. Let our hog maws up front, like John Madden used to say, the hog maw is. Let the hogs up front do their job. Let them earn their keep. They're touted as one of the best offensive lines in the NFL for a reason. Let them do what they do. Swift needs to get the ball more than 14 times in this game. He needs the ball at least 22 times, and that's both running and catching out the backfield, because he's just as dynamic as McCaffrey is. He's not McCaffrey, but he's just as dynamic as McCaffrey is. And we can use him just like that. You see, he's the spark plug for this offense. When this offense is rolling, he's rolling. What happened last week when he got the big run? He got these big runs, the offense start moving. Week before, he got big run off the pass. The offense start rolling. Get him involved early and often and get this offense moving and not stagnant in the first half.
Well, it's not a coincidence, like you just said. It's not a coincidence when this offense is doing well. Swift is doing well. That's not a coincidence. It goes like that. You get one of your best players involved in the offense, your offense is going to do well because of them. And that's what happens when he gets going. This offense gets going, and not to mention we have one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and Jalen Hurts, another MVP type year he's putting up last week, pulling out that game in the clutch, adding that to his player resume as a clutch performance and a come from behind win. We do have one Jalen Hurts, and I'm looking for him to have a very efficient game also. I'm looking for him, and you see this jersey right here? How about this jersey? How about this guy that wears this jersey? How about him showing up this week? We haven't seen him have an explosive game in a couple weeks. I mean, he started the season with the most consecutive 125-yard receiving games in league history, right? So how about getting him involved today? I think we might have a chance with their secondary being a little beat up.
I mean, yeah, I think we do have a chance with the secondary being a little beat up, but let's be honest. A.J. Brown is one of the best receivers in the league. He's top 3 in the league right now, right? And because he's top 3, what do you do as a defensive coordinator when you come against a guy that all these consecutive 100-yard receiving games has been dominating one-on-one coverages? You double
leave
team
him. No. Leave him open?
No.
Oh, wrong answer. Okay.
You double and triple team him. And what does that do? That opens up different opportunities for other receivers, a la Devontae Smith. That's why he's been averaging over 100 yards receiving for the past 3 weeks. He's been the beneficiary of those double coverages. And if that is what A.J. Brown has to do going forth, so be it, because we can win over other receivers, especially when Dallas Goedert come back and after we sign Zach Ertz.
Yeah, I heard that.
So, I mean, listen, as much as I want A.J. Brown to go off and gain 300 receiving yards today, if he's a decoy that takes away that corner, that safety, and that linebacker that leaves everything open in the middle for the rest of our receivers, I'll take that all game. We just cannot be deep pass happy today. We got to be able to run the ball with efficiency and go crossers over the middle. Take away that cover 3 that they like to run, that deep cover 3 that they run, and have these crossers where you have some open receivers in the middle of the field.
Well, look, don't be messing up my delusional fantasies with these facts and X's and O's. Let me just be delusional and have my little time that I want to see my man get off. How about that? All right. Let me go to some comments out there. You guys have a lot to say in the chat room here. So David says Julio Jones should be utilized more in this game as a tight end. Anything that works. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more Julio Jones, especially across that middle and catching touchdowns as the last time we saw shine on this team, on this offense. James says he's drinking the hen dog. What's up, James? Oh my goodness, hen dog. He must be. Somebody says it like that. Yeah. That means that they are a veteran at drinking hen dog. So I don't have to give him a warning. I was about to say, James, no, you're about to miss the game, but you just refer to it as hen dog. That means you drink that pretty often. So you're going to be okay. Frank is drinking the Cuervo Silver. All right, Frank. And Mrs. Jones is out there. Hey, y'all. Hey, we ready for the game. That's right. We got to get ready and make sure you guys on YouTube are watching the game with me. I'll be calling play-by-play while the game is on. So make sure you stay tuned, or when we go off the pregame, tune back in. I'll be on live. Mm-hmm. Dion says, "Oh no," Abdir says, "Don Julio Anejo." Okay, he's drinking a tequila too. So that's a good drink for the game time, because you'll stay conscious with the tequila. When I drank, that was my favorite shot drink, was a tequila. Like that cognac, you'll miss the whole game. You drink that, I'm telling you. But Dion says, "Let's go, Pat. I'm sitting here in my brand new Mitchell and Ness 2004 B-Dog black jersey. Man. Oh, let's what? Go. Wow, that's what's up.
Get close to game time.
You need to post a picture of that in the group chat. I mean, in the group page. I need to see that." Christopher Burton says he's doing the Uncle Nearest. Christopher, you were late also, so you're going to have to catch up. I think you're going to have to do like 2 shots just to catch up. Okay, Richard Loth is out there. He says, "Get the road to victory and dreams and nightmares hype. Let's unload the click gang. Different will be the O-lines in Washington drinking coffee with Jamesons." Oh, he's in Washington drinking the coffee with the Jamesons in it. Mm-hmm. All right, Mob says he's drinking the Miller Lite. The old switch and what? What's this? What's JT talking about? The old what? What's that?
Those Swift and Bar?
Swift and Bar. Okay. All right. Okay, Connect 4, yeah. All right. I believe he's trying to get the other DC to tip his hand. All right. Lateef Brown is out there. He says, "Yo, Eagles, that's what's up." Yeah, so we have, this is a game, like I said, this is a game that I circled at the beginning of the year because of all the trash that they were talking. Like, I had never heard a team. I think it's unprofessional too. It is. I think it's and not because everybody has joined in, even the coach. Even the coach made a statement that I didn't like, which fed that whining mentality of this team. So that is why I'm so hyped up. That is why I'm looking forward to this matchup, the game. That's why I would like to beat them and set the record straight, that it wasn't a fluke, that we, don't blame us for putting your quarterback out. That's what we come to do. That's part of the game.
It's called football.
Yeah, it's called football. So
you know what it is? It's kind of bringing back that old school nostalgia type of gaming. Right, because teams used to talk trash about each player. They didn't like players. They didn't exchange jerseys. They despised each other at one point. It has that feel. Like you start off the show, the new rivalry in the NFL. We have 2 new rivalries. We have us with the 49ers, and now one of the best rivalries here is us and the Cowboys. So this feeling is, we just got to come out there with all the energy, all the hype, all the stuff that they talk. Take it personal and stand on business.
Yeah, take it personal. All right, so we're going to end this quarter. Let's end the second quarter.
That's the end of the quarter.
All right, so you're listening to Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around, that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Pat is doing what he has to do all year, because when you start a tradition and it works and the team is playing, you got to do it every week. You got to do the same thing. So he's drinking the Jameson Irish whiskey. You guys have better not deviated from what you did last week. Okay, you better be drinking the same thing. I'm drinking the same thing. Non-alcoholic beverages. All right, so all right, so here we go to salute our Philadelphia Eagles. This is the virtual tailgate Eagles Talk. Let's get going. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans.
No one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We don't care. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. No one likes us. We don't care. Slide, Eagles, slide. On the road to victory. Slide, Eagles, slide. 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high. Watch out, Eagles slide. Slide, Eagles slide. Road to victory. EAGLES, Eagles.
You're now listening to the
Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let me tell me, how do we win out here? Come on, somebody in the chat room. Let me know, how do we win out here? Let me go to some comments here. The old switch and bait. Okay, that's what JT was. He's clearing up what he said earlier. It's the autocorrect messed him up. It says the old switch and bait. Okay, I got it now. All right. So who's that? Dwayne says, I would like to see them put Jalen under center a little bit more, and maybe the play action can be in play. Not bad. I'd like that too.
It'll be a surprise to see more like that. So I mean, it would take a team by who's been studying all their plays, has been in shotgun, to see that he's under center. That's just a curveball they can you throw into other teams.
All right, Jackie's in the house. He says, I'm late, guys. The wife had me put up Christmas decoration. By the way, my Eagles flag is up too. Go Birds. That's right. Oh my goodness! Don't you don't you hate when the wife asks you to do stuff like that on game day on Sunday? Like we have 7 days. We have 6 other days in the week. Why do you don't come to me on game day? Game day.
I'm newlywed, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're gonna. My wife doesn't watch the show, so that's why I can say that.
She's watching right now.
No, okay. All right. Frank says it's all about us today and the rest of the season. Yes, and that's a good point, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a key, we circled it on the calendar, but this is a key game in our quest to win the #1 seed in the NFC.
Definitely.
Right? This is a huge game. If we can win this game today, we have a very, very great shot of securing the NFC #1 seed, because we will have we already beat Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
We would have beaten San Francisco if we
Yes.
beat them today. And if we take care of the business as we should with the rest of the season, especially those last 3 games against 2 against the Giants and 1 against the Cardinals. If we can take care of that business, we'll have a good path to the #1 seed in the NFC conference. So this is also a big game in those terms. Also, we need this game.
It is. I mean, I'm never going to speak on losing at all, but this game pretty much solidifies our #1 NFC East. I mean NFC division title, pretty much. Because it's basically you beat every single team that has viable positions for that, except for the Detroit Lions, and by strength of schedule and by your record, you're already #1 overall. You're 2 up on the next team, the next closest team. We're 2 up on. By winning this game, by go out there and doing the business of the Philadelphia Eagles and playing the game, no commentator can say, you know what, they're lucky now.
All right, and hopefully, like, although I don't pay too much attention to it, they get under my skin when I do.
Mhm.
But and hopefully, if we do that, maybe the ESPN power rankings people will move us up from.
We don't care about that. We don't care
All
about
right,
that.
okay, all right, we don't care about that.
I saw that. I saw that crap, and I
Maybe,
listen,
maybe
we don't
just
care about
maybe
that.
they might move us up from number 7. From number 7 to maybe in the
That-
top 5. Maybe we can crack the top 5 with the best record in the league. I don't know, but that we're playing for all that. They don't like us.
Yeah.
You heard our halftime song. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. We don't care. All right, so we got some suggestions on how we might be able to pull this game out today. And my man Matt, what's going on, Matt? Long time no see. I know, Matt, it's my fault. I've been busy. I've been doing the games. When the game is on, I'm doing the games. So I'm sorry, but Matt says pound the rock, tire them out, and finish the game throwing over the top.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to do it. Dion says repped my "We Don't Care" sweatshirt in the supermarket today. Sold Go Birds, said Go Birds to a lady in the Eagles fleece. She said, okay, I lost my damn mind. All right, Floyd. So Dion's out there repping the old ladies in the market. Don't get arrested out there, Dion. Don't be domestic harassing the old women in the supermarket. All right. So Floyd says Brian Johnson needs to get Hurts in the flow. We don't get no respect. We don't get no respect. And I would love for Brian Johnson to get this. We've been talking about, at least I have. I've been talking about our offensive and defensive coordinator being new to this team, and Brian Johnson being a new NFL offensive coordinator, and we having to put up with the growing pains as they grow on the job. Well, I would love to start seeing that progress, and this would be a great game to see the progress of him coming out the gate and having this offense be effective and put points up on the board rather than having to make the adjustment at halftime. And I give him all the credit in the world. He does right the ship in the second half, and the offense looks a lot better in the second half. But I like to look that way from the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, I would love for it to look good at the beginning of the game. But again, there are still new coordinators. They're still getting used to the game flows and stuff of that nature. I know this is week 13. They say you should be used to by now, but no. It takes coordinators, especially rookie coordinators whose first positions are as defensive coordinators, first time they've been defensive coordinators. It takes them a while to get used to the flow. And, for all the things that we get, Brian Johnson of not being a very good coordinator, his team is averaging 30 points a game. His team is averaging 30 points a game. I mean, for a rookie coordinator, there's some things we got to get better on. But for your offense, the average 30 points a game, people will say it's just the personnel. It's just the players. No, it's part of the coordinator's job to make sure the players know what they're doing. So we have a lot to be excited for. But today, we need Brian Johnson to step his game up.
We definitely do, because we're going up against a very formidable 49ers defense who's the leader in scoring defense in the league this year. They're only allowing 15.2 points a game.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. We're going to need that offense to show up and show out. So we're going to need Brian Johnson to be at his highest level, calling plays. We need the best version of Brian Johnson today. We need that. So let me go to some comments here. Keith says, defense needs at least 3 picks in this game. Wow, that's a lot. Oh, cousin Mel. Mel, what's up? She says, I'm just happy my husband is in Philly and I get to watch my game alone in peace. Go Birds. I hear that. Floyd said, I don't think Nick trusts him all the way. I know. Maybe this is not a great time, but, I like Frank Wright. I like that name. I know I'm hearing people. I listen to sports talk all the time, and you sighing right here. I don't care, man. I don't care about how this guy is going to feel if we bring in, another play. Not another play caller. I'm not asking him to take over play caller. I'm just saying bring him in as a consultant. Let him mentor Brian Johnson, so to speak. I'm not asking you to bring him in and just hand Brian Johnson's job over to Frank Reich.
Mhm.
Now that would be probably a little touchy right there. I would say that. But why not bring another offensive mind into the fold that may be able to mentor Brian Johnson a little bit and help this team out, all for the betterment of the team. No egos here, no big eyes. You know what I mean?
So you trying to say that they should do what they did with the consultant they have now? What's the guy, Matt Patricia? They brought Matt Patricia and the mentor Desai.
Right.
So you think they need to bring in Frank in, the mentor Brian Johnson, so this team could be better moving forward?
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that. Yeah, that sounds good.
I like that. I like that. It sounds very, very good. Sounds logical. Will it happen? Probably not. I'll be honest with you. Probably not. We're worried about this game. We're worried about signing players. And I don't think we're worried about bringing another consultant in right now at this time.
Yeah. All right. So Dwayne is like me. He doesn't want to see a bubble screen. And
not Julio. Not
the Julio.
That's the key one. Not the Julio.
I don't want to see it to Devontae either. I don't like to see it to Devontae.
In certain situations, yes, it works. In certain situations, when you catch a blitzing team, you catch a team blitzing, it works. It works great. When their team is expecting it, when it's the last 3 weeks they've been throwing the Julio, when the team has been expecting it, it hasn't worked. That's one of another chess pieces we talked about, because off of that bubble screen, there are so many different variations. The touchdown to Devontae Smith last week was on a fake bubble screen.
All right. The what? Yeah, it was off the fake bubble screen. I'll give you that. I just have not seen Devontae Smith catch a bubble screen and run any longer than 3 yards. So that's what discourages me from wanting to see that. But you're right. If you catch a team in the blitz, it's a good play.
Yes, it is.
So maybe the other team can help us out and let us know when they're blitzing, because that's the only way I see this thing working. I don't see it working a lot. So maybe if the other team lets us know when they're blitzing, then Brian Johnson will know when he can call that bubble screen. But yeah, I'm a little tired of seeing it. But I will pump the brakes on that a little bit, because I was so tired of seeing that quarterback draw last week. I was so tired of seeing that in the first half and see it not work. And it wound up being the play that won us the game. So I'm going to pump the brakes on not wanting to see plays, and I'm going to let Brian Johnson do what he does best, and I'm going to do what I do best, and that is to criticize the hell out of him if he messes up. So, you know what I mean? I'll let him do his job right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I went back and watched the tape. I told you I watched that film a few times, and those couple of quarterback runs, they were one block away.
Yeah.
One of them was, Drake Disco just didn't do his job in tossing the defensive end out of the play. That's a Lane Johnson responsibility, right? That would went for at least 15 yards because there was nobody there. Another inside run was a missed block by our right guard. So there are certain situations where, yes, it works perfectly. The game winner, you saw it blocked up perfectly, right? It was blocked up perfectly to a T. Even in the beginning of overtime, that first run overtime was a quarterback designed run. It was blocked up perfectly for 9 yards. So when it's blocked up perfectly, it works. But when it's not, you get this guy here.
All right, yeah. All right, let's end this quarter. We got
And that's the end of the quarter.
You're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Pat is keeping up with tradition. He's doing the Jameson. No, matter of fact, no, we need you to do the Jello shot, Pat, because we need you to critique the Jello shot.
I can't. Do that. I do that afterwards. We can talk about it afterwards. We got to stay with what worked.
All right, we're going to do that. All right, we're not going to break tradition. All right, he's doing the Jameson. I am doing the Rehab Monster. Make sure you tune in to watch the game with Dark Knight following this. Just click back on. There'll be another link up on Facebook and on YouTube, so we can watch the game together. I'll be calling it play-by-play, and we've been having fun doing it. So here we go to our Philadelphia Eagles as they take on the 49ers today. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, so we have just under 5 minutes to go before kickoff. So let's start getting some predictions in here, and you guys let me know what do you think the score is going to be. So,
I like that question was asked by John D. Batiste.
all right, what did he ask?
He said, question, how pivotal will Javon Hargrave's inside knowledge of our inner workings be? It won't be at all because there's a whole different defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator. It's not the same philosophy. The offense doesn't even look like or resemble anything of last year, even though the stats are the same. It is not the same offense last year. It's not the, it's always going to be the same blocker schemes. You could tell somebody what they're doing. The thing is, you got to stop it.
Right.
So you can know every single play. You have to stop it, and that's going to be very difficult because this team is built to be better than you.
I agree with that, and that was a good question. Floyd says, "I'm glad Lane is back. I am too for this game right here." And like I said, I think the marquee matchup is our offensive line versus their defensive line, and that being the case, you need to have your best offensive lineman in there,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
it's a good thing that they held him out last week. It didn't hurt him. That we still won the game, and he's available for this huge game today.
Yes,
so
it is.
I'm happy that he is on the field myself. That's a key point right there. Jeremiah says that great Kool-Aid. That's what he's drinking, that great Kool-Aid. All right. Okay, so we got some of the predictions coming in. Yo, the X Factor. What's up? How you doing, man? This game can't get started soon enough. You got that right. It's coming up. Floyd is predicting 28-14. Richie Loth, old school score. D's will be running things 17-14 or 10 birds. That would be a defensive struggle if we can do that. That would be great. John Batiste says Eagles 24, Winers 20. Floyd says they're going to ban the brotherly shove. I heard some talk about that.
Yeah.
James Nook Fripp says 31-20 birds. That would be huge. If we could put up a 30 burger on San Fran, who's averaging only allowing 15 points a game, that would be a huge statement right there. Mel says 35-28 birds, and thank God Lane is back. Yes. All right.
Yes.
So, Pat, come on. What do you got?
If we're able to, I say this every week, if we're able to control the line of scrimmage, able to be dominated on both sides, offense and defensive line of scrimmage, we can win this game very, very handily because our skill set of players are much better than theirs, right? But we got to play team ball. We got to play a complete game. We have to go out there and not give the game to the 49ers. We cannot give the game to them. We have to go play our game and say, you know what? You're coming to play us. We're not playing you, right? With that being said, I do think we can win this game 34-23.
Wow, 34-23. Pat is really, really, that's very optimistic. 34 points on the San Francisco 49ers. I, too, agree that we are capable of beating that team. We are capable of beating any team. Today's strategy should be to run the ball to open up the play action. That's my take on what we should do. A little more of that misdirection that we saw in the second half of last week's game, right? We didn't run a lot of it in the first half, but that misdirection motion, pre-snap motion, worked like a charm last week. Let's incorporate some of that. Let's keep them off balance, off their feet, and let's get up. Let's get up on them and have them play from behind. And more importantly, let's take care of the ball. So, me, as always, the Eagles, us with more points than them. All right, check me out. I'll be calling the game. Play-by-play is about to be kickoff right here. So you guys go out, enjoy the game, come back or watch me while the game is on. Let's watch it together. But come back after the game and we'll all talk about it. And hopefully we'll be celebrating the Eagles win. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For my co-host with the co-most, Pat and Nichelle in her absence, we're at Temple Shalom. We'll see you guys after the game. Peace.
Four, 3, 2, smash him up. Yo, Shaq that tool. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him.